Franz Kafka was born in Prague. He died young of tuberculosis. He wanted his works to be destroyed upon his death, but the executioner of his will decided not to do so. He grew up in the shadow of his authoritative and domineering father. The impact of this has seeped into his writing as well. His most popular work is the novella The Metamorphosis. Although the idea is complex, the narration and style is simple and straightforward, and the story is presented in a chronological order. The theme can be interpreted as the brutality of human nature, relations, and experiences, and that everything that happens to a person is beyond his control sometimes. Kafka describes his relation with his family by projecting it onto Gregor, who neglects himself to please his family and constantly puts everybody's expectations and needs above his own. The story simply said is as follows: a tragedy occurs, sympathy fades, and a sad ending comes as a relief from the duty and drudgery of daily life. Our protagonist, Gregor Samsa, is a hardworking traveling salesman and the sole provider to the family of four. The Samsa family includes his parents, himself, and his sister. His father has debts to clear, which Gregor works quite hard. One day, Gregor wakes up and has transformed into a pest. His mother faints. His sister is more understanding. Although he is a pest, he can hear and understand everything, although he cannot communicate with his family. The father reveals he has some savings, which Gregor could have been happy about knowing before. They try to take in lodgers to earn some money, but they are rude and refuse to pay when one day Gregor comes out of his room to hear his sister play the violin. His father starts working again and they hire a domestic help. The family take out Gregor's stuff from his room so that he can walk freely. Gregor hates this because it severs his connection to his human past. His mother faints seeing him scurry about again. With the event of confrontation with the lodgers, even his patient sister is wary of him. Gregor is crushed upon hearing that his family plans to get rid of him. He goes to his room and dies quietly. The next day, the domestic help throws him into the trash. The family enjoys the spring day in relief. Gregor represents mediocrity, and the novella is pessimistic in tone, ending on a sad note and in pain. The metamorphosis expresses the absurdity of everyday pragmatic life, projecting the real life struggles of ordinary people as a nightmarish world, mixing realism with fantasy. The book doesn't get into why the transformation of Gregor into a bug occurs. Maybe the trigger was his internal struggle, compression between a demanding family and an equally demanding boss, the expectations and exploitation gnawing away his humanity. It is a short read, but the story stays with you. The death of Gregor symbolizes that his family was not a loving one. Rather, they are dependent on each other, and that human morality and human relations are not all romantic and idealized, but rather acts of convenience. Franz Kafka did not get along with his father, and a similar father son antagonism is seen in the novel as well. Kafka felt isolated and alienated, in his life, just like Gregor Samsa felt isolated and alienated as a bug among humans. It also shows the nihilism and insignificance that Gregor Samsa and Kafka felt throughout.